My name is Kamal Warren and I day trade the FTSE 100.
And how do you think I would know when I was ready to trade full time?
Well, I think to answer the question is, if you put yourself in a position where, assuming if you have a full-time job and if you want to take the step in starting your own business, how will you know whether you're ready to do that? So I suppose if you apply the same principles, then you would know whether you're ready to take that leap or not. So that's how you should view it. If you think that you want to take that leap and take the risk in getting into trading, similarly like getting into a business, leaving your full-time job, then that's your answer.
How did you know you were ready?
Well, I just took that step, so because I invested a lot of time and also my money in trying the trade, etc., etc., and I've always viewed it as a investment in starting up a business, my own business venture. And when the time came, I just, because the prep work took such a long time, it was not so much of a big decision for me because that's what I was working towards.
So how long did it take you to make a stable income from trading?
Well, for me personally, like I've mentioned earlier, I started perhaps about 10 years ago when I first went for this course and started getting involved in the markets and all that. But I only started trading seriously full time maybe about 2 years ago. But I suppose it comes down to time and how seriously one wants to take it up. But I think the learning process itself can be quite long. For me personally, before the 2 years before I started trading full time, I probably spent every evenings and weekends and a lot of time in analyzing and perfecting a way that I'm happy with trading. So there isn't a fixed time frame, but the bottom line is you got to invest a good amount of time before you're comfortable in going into it full time. Try it. If it works, then slowly try and ramp it up.
So do you think someone should expect big losses when they first begin trading?
Well, big is a relative term. So when you start trading, you can get lucky. Beginner's luck. You can have a string of winning trades, which can be quite dangerous, because then you'll jump in head first thinking that everything would just go your way. But alternatively, on a more realistic sense, you would expect to take some losses because you're still not mature in regards to how you should manage your risk, money management, etc., etc. So I would expect anyone starting out to have some level of losses before things smoothen out itself and move into profits.
So is there anything kind of drastic that's changed about the market since you've begun trading?
Well, leaving aside the economic development and everything else, or rather the lack of it, I think the market itself would always be as what they have been, because the reason why I say that is the principal driver behind markets are human emotions and behavior. And as long as there are men and women to that extent driving the market, people behind it driving the market, and people don't change. They always behave in the way that they do. So because of that, I don't think there would be any drastic changes. And that's one of the reasons why chart patterns work as well, because they are actually a depiction of price action, buying and selling, which in turn are driven by people. So personally, I don't think they would change.
So do you think of your trading capital as real money or monopoly money?
My trading capital, it's funny you should ask that, because in trading the markets, I just find, I don't want to come across as rude or obnoxious, but I just find it's just a number, because you find that the minute the money leaves your bank and it goes into your trading account, it's just a number sitting there.
Yeah.
And when you trade profitably, it just goes up. It's a virtual, it's quite a difficult feeling to express, because until you withdraw the money and you do something with it, you find that it is always a virtual money feeling to it. But although you're conscious, it is your real money.
I would think it was not, exactly the same, but as similar as, going abroad when you exchange your money for euros or,
Exactly.
you don't feel like it's real money and you just spend it without.
Absolutely.
So do you find that hard explaining that to other people?
Well, it is. It's hard to explain because it is something that plays in your mind, your own mind, because other people might think otherwise. But um, yeah, it is quite difficult to explain how the feeling, because, like I said, it just feels like it's just a number sitting there. I mean, I don't want to come across as disrespecting money or anything like that. But it's end of the day, it is just a number that goes up or down.
And do you try and keep your trading money separate to the money you would spend on your family, for example?
Yes, absolutely. So, because for me, trading is a business for me. So, I have all my trading money completely segregated from my personal money. Otherwise, I wouldn't know what's going on.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And your wife doesn't have any access to your trading money?
Well, fortunately, no.
I'm sure she wishes she did.
Well, yes, I'm sure she does.
And do you know people that perhaps don't separate their money like that, or would you say on the whole everyone does?
Well, I wouldn't know personally because I can't tell you for sure because I don't know other traders as to how they treat their trading activity. But I would like to think that full-time traders doing this professionally would treat it as if it is a business, and they would have a separate segregated account for it.